Hello, everyone. So happy you could join us today for our virtual users group. We're excited to share with you a great lineup. First, I'd like to introduce you to our new presentation portal. You'll notice that here you can log your questions, view speakers, and link to their bios and websites, as well as access featured resources that we'll speak about in today's session. Additionally, we'll ask a couple polling questions today, so we use these polls as a way to gather feedback about the session and identify what content is important to you. This way, we're able to improve from each users group to the next. Let's take a look at our agenda. We're excited to feature an end-user spotlight from Genentech, an ARCHIBUS NEXUS conference wrap-up, a section on what's new in version 23.2 presented by our friends at ARCHIBUS, as well as a look into the future of work with some exciting topics including utilization, kiosk and wayfinding, and augmented reality. Finally, we'll wrap it up by saving tips and tricks for the end of our session. We're so excited to welcome Mark Karma today to present on behalf of Genentech, as well as Fred Cross and Chris DeSouza from ARCHIBUS. You'll hear from JLL's Todd Hutton, Michael Taggart, Amber Severson, and Reeves Davis. All of the bios for each of our presenters can be found on the right-hand side of your screen. They're listed in the order that they present. You can simply click through to their LinkedIn pages. Now I'll turn it over to Michael Taggart, JLL Account Director, to introduce our end-user spotlight, Mark Karma from Genentech.
Excellent. Thanks, Nicole. Okay, so today, as Nicole indicated, we're going to be doing a spotlight presentation on Genentech. And I'm actually going to be handing off to Mark Karma in a minute or so to talk through some initial components of the presentation. Today, we'll actually be looking at the utilization component of ARCHIBUS, how Genentech have started to leverage this to assist in making some important corporate real estate decisions, the technology overall and what is made, what makes it up, and also some of the challenges that have been presented throughout some of these initial pilots and studies that we've been doing. So I'm going to hand off to Mark, like I mentioned in a minute, to talk a little bit more about Genentech's workplace landscape and how Genentech is structured and why they're going through these engagements to better understand their workplace and how it performs. We'll talk a little bit about occupancy and utilization and why they're both very important things that we need to know. We'll look at the occupancy sensor technology itself, what we're seeing in the industry today, what is standard, and what these devices actually look like and capture. We'll then have a look at the ARCHIBUS solution itself. So in the more recent versions of ARCHIBUS, or the latest version of ARCHIBUS, sorry, how they're enabling users to view and track stuff like real-time utilization. We'll then talk a little bit about how, once we have this data, how we're using it to actually make decisions or to influence some decisions we make in the workplace. And if we have time, I'm not sure if we will, we'll allow some questions at the end. Okay, now Nicole, for some reason I'm not seeing the screen at the moment, so I'm going to have to get you to skip through the slides.
Yep, this is now introducing Mark Karma.
All right, Mark, over to you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mark Karma. I've been working at Genentech now for about 3 years. I am the application owner for ARCHIBUS at Genentech, which we've been running here for probably close to 10 years. Like I said, I've only been here for about 3 years now, and we've been doing a lot with ARCHIBUS, and including what we're going to be talking about today, which is integration with utilization. Before we get there, I will just briefly go over Genentech's workplace and you know, where did we come from and where we're going. So I'm going to click through here until we get to our first slide. Just to give you, if you're not familiar with Genentech, we're a biotech company founded in 1976. We're now part of the Roche Group, which is based in Basel, Switzerland. But we still pretty much run the North American pharma headquarters is based here. It's a manufacturing site, it's a research site, and plenty of office space as well. So we basically do everything here in South San Francisco. We do have some other locations in up and down the coast where we do some manufacturing, but for the most part, it's right here in South San Francisco. Now the slides have gone advanced a little bit here. Make sure we're on the right slide here. Okay, so again, I'm not going to stress too much about Genentech itself, but just briefly, the three pillars for the company are science, patients, and people. And science, of course, and patients are really number one and two, and people is all about our folks here. And for the site services team, which is the facilities management team, it's very important for us to provide the right workplace for our folks, for our scientists, for the folks on the manufacturing floor, pretty much everybody. And things have changed, as everybody knows. Things have changed in the workplace, and we're trying to change the workplace with the times. We're trying to evolve Genentech as a great place to work, where people can come in and be excited about the workplace and do the best work. And at the same time, we've, like many companies, had some pressures on, how do we go about building new buildings, or making sure people can be very highly collaborative and at the same time reduce the footprint of the campus. So we've come up with what's called a neighborhood, which it's very similar to other companies that have done something like this, where they have an open platform, unassigned seating. We're going away from the assigned desks. We started out 2 years ago with just a few in neighborhood environments, which is group assigned but individually unassigned. And now we're about 40% of our office-based portfolio is in these neighborhoods. So people can come in, they can find the place that they need for that day or for that hour, and be successful in their day. Now, the key to rolling something out like that is to have a really nice platform. So we break it up into social places and technology. We have social agreements that are very important for people to understand how they should be working. Technology is very important, making sure that when they come in, they can just sit down. They don't have to fumble with cables and cords or anything. They've got all the applications to do collaboration. As I said, the Roche is based in Basel, so we're doing a lot more interaction globally. So we need the tools to support that. And then, of course, the places, which is the workplace.